business owner stuck in fear, doubt, and worry about what the marketplace will look like in the future? Then this show is for you. Strap on your seatbelt and get ready to disrupt and innovate. Here's your host, Lisa Levy.
In today's episode, we dive into the world of ESG, environmental, social, and governance, and its disruptive influence on industries and investment practices. From driving innovation to reshaping corporate strategies, ESG considerations are transforming the way companies operate and how investors allocate capital. Join us as we uncover the key benefits, unintended consequences, and the potential of ESG to create a more sustainable and responsible business landscape. While ESG itself is not inherently disruptive, its increasing importance and integration into business practices and investment decisions have had a disruptive effect on various industries and market dynamics. Here are a few ways in which ESG has been disruptive. ESG considerations have gained significant traction among investors, including institutional investors, asset managers, and individual investors. As more investors prioritize sustainable and socially responsible investments, companies that fail to meet ESG standards may face reduced access to capital and potential market devaluation. This shift in investor preferences had led companies to incorporate ESG principles into their strategies to attract and retain investors. The rise of ESG has forced companies to reevaluate their operations and strategies to address environmental and social changes and challenges. This includes adopting sustainable practices, reducing carbon emissions, improving supply chain transparency, promoting inclusion and diversity, and enhancing corporate governance. Such changes require companies to invest in new technologies, develop innovative solutions, and revise their business models, leading to disruptive shifts within industries. Governments and regulatory bodies are increasingly recognizing the importance of ESG factors and implementing policies to encourage sustainable practices. These regulations can disrupt industries by imposing new compliance requirements, levying fines for noncompliance, or incentivizing companies to adopt environmentally friendly technologies. Regulatory changes can create market opportunities for companies that align with ESG principles while penalizing those that lag behind. Consumers are becoming more conscious of the environmental and social impacts of the products and services they use. Companies that fail to meet ESG expectations may face reputational damage and declining customer loyalty. On the other hand, companies that embrace ESG principles can gain a competitive advantage, attract environmentally and socially conscious consumers, and differentiate themselves in the market. ESG considerations have reshaped the investment landscape by influencing capital flows and investment strategies. Investors now integrate ESG criteria into their decision-making processes, leading to a shift in capital allocation towards sustainable and socially responsible investments. The shift has spurred growth of dedicated ESG funds, green bonds, impact investing, and other financial products, disrupting traditional investment approaches. The rise of ESG has disrupted traditional practices, investment strategies, and industry dynamics by prioritizing sustainability and social responsibility. ESG has compelled companies to adapt to changing expectations and has opened new opportunities for innovative and environmentally conscious businesses. These considerations are driving innovation in several ways. ESG goals such as reducing carbon emissions, promoting renewable energy, and improving resource efficiencies are pushing companies to invest in research and development of new innovative technologies. This drive for sustainability has led to advancements in renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, energy storage system, electric vehicles, and energy efficient technologies. These innovations not only address environmental concerns, but also create new market opportunities and enhance competitiveness. ESG has spurred the development of sustainable products and services that meet the evolving needs of environmentally and socially conscious consumers. Companies that are investing in the design and production of eco-friendly alternatives, such as biodegradable packaging, organic and cruelty-free products, and renewable materials. This focus on sustainability and responsible consumption drives innovation in product development, supply chain management, and manufacturing processes. ESG principles encourage the transition from a linear economy where products are used and discarded to a circular economy that focuses on minimizing waste, reusing materials, and recycling. We've discussed this shift previously, but it's driving innovation in areas such as waste management, recycling technologies, and sustainable product design. Companies are developing innovative solutions to reduce waste generation, optimize material use, and create closed-loop systems, fostering resource efficiency and driving economic and environmental benefits. These ESG considerations require companies to measure, track, and report their environmental and social performance. This has led to increased demand for data analytics, tools, and technologies that can effectively collect, analyze, and report ESG-related data. Innovations in data management, artificial intelligence, and machine learning enable companies to gain insights into their ESG performance, identify areas for improvement, and make data-driven decisions. This push for transparency has spurred the development of platforms and technologies that facilitate the disclosure and dissemination of ESG information. The ESG factors emphasize social responsibility, including diversity and inclusion, employee well-being, and community involvement. Companies are innovating by implementing programs and initiatives that positively impact their employees and the communities they serve. This includes initiatives such as workforce development programs, community investment, and partnership with nonprofit organizations. These efforts not only contribute to social welfare, but also enhance brand reputation and stakeholder relationships. By integrating ESG principles into their strategies, companies are incentivized to innovate and develop solutions that address environmental and social challenges, leading to a more sustainable and inclusive future. While the adoption of ESG principles has brought about numerous positive changes, there are some unintended consequences associated with their implementation. Some companies may engage in greenwashing, which refers to the practice of making misleading or unsubstantiated claims about the environmental benefits of their products, services, or operations. In an effort to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers or investors, companies may overstate their sustainability efforts or use vague or inconsistent metrics to measure their ESG performance. This can undermine the credibility and effectiveness of ESG initiatives, making it difficult for stakeholders to differentiate between genuinely sustainable practices and mere marketing tactics. ESG frameworks typically rely on various metrics and ratings to assess a company's sustainability performance. However, an overemphasis on specific metrics or rating systems can lead to a narrow focus on certain aspects of ESG, neglecting other important considerations. For example, a company may prioritize reducing carbon emissions, but overlook issues such as labor rights in the community. This can result in an imbalanced approach that fails to capture the full spectrum of ESG risks and opportunities. The implementation of ESG initiatives may require significant financial and human resources. While these efforts are aimed at promoting sustainability and social responsibility, there's a risk that these resources may be diverted away from other important areas. The diversion may negatively impact R&D, innovation, and other investments that could have broader societal benefits. It's crucial for companies to strike a balance between ESG commitments and other strategic priorities. ESG requirements and regulations can disproportionately impact certain industries, particularly those that are more resource intensive or have larger environmental footprints. For example, heavy industries such as manufacturing or energy production may face significant challenges in meeting strict environmental targets compared with industries with lower inherent environmental impact. This can lead to unequal burdens and potential disruptions within affected industries, potentially affecting employment and economic growth. ESG performance relies heavily on data availability and quality. However, obtaining comprehensive and reliable ESG data can be challenging, especially for smaller companies or those operating in emerging markets. This data gap can result in limited transparency and comparability, making it difficult for investors and stakeholders to make informed decisions. Companies in less regulated regions may have less incentive to disclose accurate information and may potentially misrepresent or underreport their sustainability performance. It's important to acknowledge and address these unintended consequences through transparent reporting, standardized frameworks, and robust verification processes. Regular evaluation and refinement of ESG practices can mitigate risks and ensure the integrity of the sustainability efforts. The adoption of ESG principles and practices also offers several key benefits. These considerations help companies identify and manage potential risks associated with environmental, social, and governance factors. By addressing risks proactively, companies can reduce the likelihood of negative events or controversies that would harm their reputation, operational efficiency, and financial performance. Implementing robust environmental management practices can mitigate the risk of fines, regulatory noncompliance, or supply chain disruptions. Embracing ESG practices can strengthen a company's reputation and build trust among stakeholders, including customers, employees, investors, and the communities they serve. By demonstrating a commitment to sustainability, social responsibility, and ethical business practices, companies can attract and retain customers, investors, and talent who value these principles. Positive reputation and stakeholder trust contributes to long-term business success and creates competitive advantage. ESG performance is increasingly influencing investment decisions, with many investors considering ESG factors when they allocate capital. Companies that demonstrate strong ESG performance may have improved access to capital, lowered borrowing costs, and increased investor confidence. Implementing sustainable practices can lead to cost savings through energy efficiency, waste reduction, resource optimization, and result in improved operational efficiency and effectiveness. ESG considerations drive innovation by pushing companies to develop new products, services, and technologies that address environmental and social challenges. This leads to market differentiation, increased competitiveness, and the capture of new business opportunities. For instance, companies focusing on renewable energy technologies or sustainable packaging solutions can tap into growing markets driven by changing customer preferences and regulatory shifts. Integrating ESG into corporate strategies promotes long-term value creation and resilience. By taking a holistic approach to sustainability, companies can adapt to the evolving societal expectations, regulatory changes, and market dynamics. Emphasizing responsible governance and ethical practices enhances transparency and accountability. It fosters trust and long-term relationships with stakeholders. This long-term perspective contributes to sustainable growth, risk mitigation, and the ability to navigate complex challenges. ESG initiatives have the potential to generate positive social and environmental outcomes. Companies that are prioritizing diversity and inclusion, employee well-being, community engagement, and environmental stewardship contribute to a more sustainable and equitable society. By integrating ESG into decision-making processes, companies can align their business goals with broader societal goals, making a positive impact beyond their immediate operations. It's important to note that the benefit of ESG adoption may vary depending on your industry, company size, and the geographic location. Overall, integrating ESG principles into business strategy can lead to improved risk management, enhanced reputation, access to capital, innovation, long-term value creation, and positive societal impact. It's clear that ESG is not just a buzzword or a passing trend. It's a powerful force driving change across industries. By embracing ESG, companies have the opportunity to create long-term value and to create a more sustainable and inclusive future. Let's continue to explore the possibilities and challenges presented by ESG as we strive for a better tomorrow. Don't get left behind. Join me next time.
That's it for today's episode of Disrupt and Innovate. Head over to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Every single week, one lucky listener that posts a review on iTunes will win the grand prize drawing, a $15,000 private VIP day with Lisa Levy. And be sure to head over to disruptandinnovate.com and get your free copy of Lisa's gift. And join us on our next episode.